Hello chess family, it's me National Master Jesse James, and I got a special treat for you today. We're actually going to be taking a look at a game played by none other, one of the world's best theoretical physicists, Albert Einstein. Did you know he was a chess player? I didn't, but apparently he was a fan ever since his youth, and I will tell you, after looking at this game, he was definitely a very good chess player, and if he wanted to, I'm pretty sure he could have been a grandmaster. Let's take a look at this very fun game he played against Cell. Alright, here we go. In this game, Einstein is playing with the white pieces. We start with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, our beloved Italian, bishop c5, the Gioco piano, and here white goes ahead and plays pawn to c3. Anytime they play this bishop c5, it's usually a pretty good idea to play pawn c3 to prepare for d4. Of course, if you want to get a little extra spicy over here, like I do, you can go ahead and play pawn b4 for the Evans Gambit. That being said, there's no need to do this. Here, pawn c3 is perfectly good enough. Here, black went ahead and played knight f6, developing to attack the pawn. And this is a very move-specific opening. That's why I know Einstein definitely was studying chess. And he goes ahead and plays the most challenging move, pawn to d4 here, going in for a gambit line, at least if black wants to accept it. All right, here we go. E takes on d4. If you don't take, you're just in a worse position. C takes on d4, and here bishop b4 check, the most challenging variation. There's nothing else to play here. If you retreat your bishop, you lose your tempo, and white will either have d5 or e5, and with these two pawns in the center, it's guaranteed advantage. White is already at +3, saying basically we're just up an extra piece here. So black is forced to play bishop to b4 check here. All right, here Einstein goes and plays knight to c3. Again, one of my favorite moves here. And here, well, black does not come up to the challenge. He goes ahead and castles, which now gives Einstein a very good attacking position. Here, there's many lines that you could take a look at, including knight takes on e4, taking the pawn and, well, looking to try and win more material here. Another move that you can try here is pawn to d5, and, well, white can take over here, but they're going to get the isolated pawn. Although there is a very, very amazing game, Steinitz game, where he shows a very nice refutation. Well, I won't say refutation, but a very beautiful game that he wins in this line. All right, back to the game. Here, after knight c3, here black just went ahead and castled, and now Einstein definitely has the advantage. He goes ahead and plays pawn to e5, a good move kicking the knight. And now, well, black decides to get a little bit more aggressive and plays knight to e4. To be honest, there really was nothing else better to play here, so here he must accept the challenge, or else he will just be in that worse position. And here, of course, you're noticing, well, the knight cannot take because it's in a pin, and here black has the threat of knight takes, pawn takes, bishop check, forking the king and the rook. And, well, here Einstein gets very creative here. A lot of people here would just go ahead and play this simple moves. Maybe bishop d2, maybe queen up, just defend the knight here. But Einstein, I guess, was in an aggressive move and goes ahead and plays bishop to d3, going for the attack. I was very impressed with this move. Now, I'm not saying this is winning for white. Here, actually, black does hold the advantage. But this does give really good attacking chances for white. Well, if you don't take, you're just losing, right? So, knight takes on c3, pawn takes, bishop takes check. Here, I probably would have played bishop d2 myself, but here Einstein goes ahead and plays king to f1, which by no means I don't think is any worse. Well, black goes ahead and accepts the gambit and plays bishop takes rook. There is so many games in this line where this bishop takes the rook and they lose, and this is now part of that collection. All right, it's white to move and create a strong attack. What do you play here? Hopefully you know your theory. What do you play? Believe it or not, it is now time for the Greek gift. Here we go. Bishop takes on h7 check. Okay. If you don't take back, you're just losing. Wah, wah. He did not take back. He played king h8. The only way to get this game going was to actually take. After this, Einstein just conducts a beautiful attack. Let's take a look real quick to see, well, what were you supposed to play after king takes on h7? It looks like just a trap here. Believe it or not, black does have a way out of this. And there's four typical moves that you play here. King back to h8, g8, h6, and g6, at least after the check happens. And, well, only one of them is actually going to be giving you good chances. Which one was it? Are you thinking about it? Which one was it? Here, it was actually king to g8, surprisingly enough. Now, most of the time, it's usually going to be king to g6. But here, white can get an even game or good attacking chances after h4. The three different ways to attack is h4, queen g4, and queen to d3. And, well, the game will just continue. With that being said, well, what happens after king h6? This is not a hard one. Here you walk right into the trap. Knight takes f7, double check, and you're losing at least your queen. What about h8? Well, that just falls for a mate really fast with queen h5 check, king g8, and queen h7 for mate. So that really only left, well, king to g8 here. And typically this is just losing because after queen h5, well, you can't really move away from this checkmate on h7. And rook e8 falls for a standard checkmating idea. Queen takes f7 check, king h8, queen h5, king g8, h7, f8, h8, e7, and then g7 mate. Okay, so how do you get out of this position? Here, black has so much material, he can actually give some back. Believe it or not, black to move here, you just simply play queen takes on g5, just sacrificing back material. Here you have your rooks, which equal the queen. Then your knight will cancel out over here. And the two bishops, well, are going to be stronger than the rook. And here, if you count the pawns, you're even losing at that point too. So here after, let's say, bishop takes d5, just go pawn grabbing here. Knight takes d4. Bishop f6, looking for queen g5. Or maybe you're hoping they'll take for a perpetual here. But if black is a smart chess player, he'll just go ahead and play knight to e6. And now the attack is over. It is now black winning in this position. With that being said, I assume Sel did not see this because he just went ahead and played king h8. Well, you know what? If he had played the correct way, he would have robbed us of this very, very beautiful game that Einstein plays. Here, Einstein continues the attack. Knight to g5, of course. Here, the idea is very simple. Just like as if we were playing our Greek gift, we're trying to get our queen to h5. If the queen gets to h5, it is game over. So, logical move here. Black went ahead and played pawn to g6. And here, well, he keeps adding more pieces to the attack. He goes ahead and plays pawn to h4. What's the idea? Very simple. He's trying to get the rook into the game, so he wants to play pawn h5 and pawn takes. Okay, black went ahead and played king to g7 here. And, well, let's just keep pushing forward. Pawn to h5. Now you can see that it's a very good attack here with h6 ideas. H takes on g6. There's just a lot of ideas here that are going to be trying to attacking with. All right, well, black went ahead and played rook h8. At this point, it is +3, meaning it is now a winning position here for white. Rook h8 got playing, trying to kick back this attack. And here, well, let's just push forward. H takes on g6. Now, I know someone's thinking, hey, is h6 working here? It actually was h6, king to f8, and then now, believe it or not, you could play knight takes on f7. If king takes, well, you're just getting checkmated here with bishop takes, king takes, queen h5 check, king to h7, and queen f7 for mate. Would have been beautiful. Did not happen this time. Instead, well, Einstein plays the more logical move of h takes g6. Why is this logical? Remember, when you're attacking your opponent's king, you need open files. And here with h takes, you just opened up the rook over here. And it also does defend the bishop too. Okay, pawn takes back. All right, time to bring in that queen. Queen went to f3. Looking at the checkmating idea on f7 over here. And, well, black went ahead and played queen to f8. And believe it or not, it is now a forced checkmate in 6. And again, Einstein does not disappoint. Feel free to push pause. Are you as smart as Einstein? Can you figure out this checkmate in 6? Hard, hopefully you push pause. You tried to figure it out. Here we do a very nice clearance sacrifice with knight to e6 check. Okay, if you don't take back, you're just going to be losing. Pawn takes, and this was the whole idea. It's a clearance because we're trying to get the bishop to h6. Bishop to h6, and at this point, Sel went ahead and resigned. Why? Because, well, there's nothing else better. You have to take the bishop over here. Bishop takes on f8. Check with the rook. The king will now go ahead and move to g8, and now you just bring in the queen. Rook takes h8 check. King takes. Queen f6 check, king to h7, g8. It does not matter. Here, the queen will jump on g7 for check and mate. Guys, I hope you did enjoy this. Remember, smart people play chess, and Einstein definitely proved it with this game. And go ahead and give us a like and subscribe, and we'll go ahead and see you in the next video. Thank you.